Hello everyone and welcome to HERORC. I'm Robert and it is Friday now, about 1:30 in the morning. I meant to go to bed like 8 hours ago, but I got out here and got to messing around and just couldn't stop, Woke up this morning, it was you know how your day starts off bad and it just continues, one thing after another. So I just stayed out here and kind of piddled around and decided to just hang out until I just couldn't do it anymore. So, I've already messed up. And I probably won't get up until late tomorrow, I'm supposed to get out there and start on that fence in the morning, but it probably won't happen. And then I'm supposed to, my parents and my brothers are supposed to come over Saturday. So, it is what it is. Day at a time. Be happy. No matter what, Especially when you've had a stressful day. You gotta find something to keep you happy. And this is what does it for me. Okay. You can see I got my trailer in frame here. That's what I've been doing. I've been out here putting this thing together, and it took me hours, man. And I only paid like, a few bucks for it, and had to put it together. But the less you pay, the more you have to do, I found out. I mean, it's got leaf springs on it. But it's not as big as my other trailer that I had. And that's why I've got these vehicles here in the picture. The little rock crawler that I had, the basher I had on the other trailer, where I had it on there, it had plenty of room. But, it fits on there, but barely. I mean, there's no room to spare with this. Like, I want to say it's probably for a 112. Well, it says it's for 110 axial, but I'm going to say it's a 112 buggy carrier. So here's my 110 purple. Yeah, well, it fits on there, but you don't have any room for anything else, you know what I mean? But it's a pretty neat little trailer. I like it. The tires are not bead locked. As long as I get, one of my bashers on there and my speedsters on here, I'm good to go. And it looks pretty good sitting on there. It's got the cool little chains on it to hold up the, well, it's supposed to hold up the ramp, but I tightened them up pretty good so that I don't think they're going to come down or anything like that. I forgot how awesome this vehicle is. Another one of my bad vehicles. And let's see, that chain, that one fits on the area. I'm going to slide it all the way down. So, I was supposed to work tonight, but I got the night. I was supposed to get off at midnight, but they found somebody to cover my shift for me, so I got the whole day off. I was supposed to take off middle of May for a whole week, but, a lot of people were trying to take off, and I like to consider myself a team player to help out, so I canceled my days, and I told them I'll take them, a little later. Because I'm not going anywhere. Got to get this place together first, and then I'll think about probably want to think about, honestly, taking a nice vacation until after I retire. So I got a few more years. The main thing is to get this place situated, because this is our future, So it comes first. And that is not wanting to, it's because of the grill of the trailer here. That body doesn't want, there it is. But I mean, it's you get you one on there, but it barely fits. But one cool thing about it that I like, the wheels are pretty solid. It's got leaf springs on it, and it's got a little, driver error. What do you call that? Let's try this again. Jesus, a lift? Or it's where you can stabilize the trailer after you take it off the vehicle. But the cool thing about it that I like is, you know, you turn it around like that. And it's got a little switch that runs off of batteries. And you flip that switch, and boom. You got the flashers in the back. I think it's flashers. Okay, maybe it's flashers. I thought they were solid. They need to stay further to the passenger side. I know it can do it. Alright, so it's time to drift over to that driver's side. Power of this motor is impressive. Wow. There we go. All this weight. Okay. Okay, so it's solid lights and then flashers. It's pretty cool. You got the red and you got the yellow, which that is cool. Solid. You can turn it off, and then you got that. That's pretty cool. So that's pretty neat. Didn't have any lights down the side, which I can incorporate myself later on. I got everything I need to do that, but it's a pretty neat trailer. You know, 110 fits on it perfectly. Basher fits on it. 110 Basher fits on it pretty good. So it's a neat little vehicle. But you know what? I am going to get outside and I'm going to do my night crawl at 1:30 in the morning. So you've seen my trailer, you heard about my day, boring day. So I will see you on the flip side. Uno momento! And boom, baby, we got the night course lit up and ready for action. The vehicle that I am driving today is my... I'll let you see when it rolls down the ramp. You heard it fired up. I always turn on the vehicle before I turn on the module, the transmitter. You're not supposed to do that. Transmitter first, then the vehicle. Those of you that are watching, can you guess which one I've got? By the sound of the motor. Windy out here tonight this morning. That's okay. We're gonna do this, and then I'm gonna go in and call it a day. Probably won't get up until 12 hours later. Alright, who guessed what I had? Who guessed by the sound of the motor? It is my Gen 9. I've got the Rock in there and a couple of his fellow female wrestlers, and they're gonna go on a night cruise. Here we go. We're gonna take it down the ramp off the table here, like I always do. The sound simulator sounds so good in that vehicle. I didn't mess around with the different sounds. And you know, I've told you what I've got in this thing. It's the Fusion 1.9 V-Locks, rims and tires. My own homemade simulator in it, and I painted the interior. I spray brushed the interior myself, and it has held up pretty good. Backseat driver slid up to the front. Didn't have her set in there pretty tight, but I'll get her straight here in just a minute. We're gonna do what we usually do. Gonna back her up, turn her around, and see if we can't take it up. See if it's gotta make it back up the ramp. I know it can with that Fusion in it. As soon as I say that, okay, she grabbed. Got the Super Swamper 1.9s on it. Thought they were going to disappoint me, but they didn't. They handle business just nicely. All the way at the top. Alright, drag brake action. Bam! Then we're going to take her back down. Slow and easy with that good modulation from the Fusion. Because that is a long drop down. I started to bring Blue Boy out here, but I said, nah. I got kind of tired anyway. Just in case they turned over or something, I could, incorporate a rescue in the video. But I just said, nah. They turn over, they'll be alright. They're wrestlers. They're used to being thrown around and jumping and diving on tables and being hit by chairs and stuff, I don't watch that because it's just entertainment. I can't get into it for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting old. I know I'm old, but just the fact that I don't care to watch that kind of stuff, And I'm taking notes from the nursing home that I work at. A lot of my residents, like I said, they don't watch it. They don't watch TV, or they're watching, old westerns or old classic movies, things of their era. That's crazy. And I've been doing this for going on 16 years at a nursing home, and that's what I've noticed. But enough rambling. Let's pay attention to this puppy here, the Gen 9. See if we can make this sharp turn. I'll back it up just in case. Alright. The wind's blowing a little bit. I'm going to say it's probably lower 60s out here right now. And we got like 50% chance of rain tomorrow. And here in Texas, you take all the rain you can get while it's coming, because when it gets hot, it's gonna get hot, baby. And night crawling will probably be the best thing to do when it does, because it'll be just too hot in the daytime to get out here and crawl. Alright, Gen 9, sweet with Super Swampers. Alright. Let me, uno momento. I'm gonna probably just take her out because she's just bouncing around like a ball. Uno momento. Okay, here we go. I didn't take her out. Let's see how she does sunroof riding. One of my nicer looking vehicles. I'm really proud of this one, and it handled this course better than any vehicle I've had out here, I think. Gen 9 by Red Cat. The Gen 8 did pretty good too. It didn't do too bad. Yeah, I wish they had a bigger an extension for a gimbal. That would be so cool. So I notice a lot of the shots that I watch on YouTube, they are pretty upfront and personal with the vehicle. And it takes a lot to do that. Alright, we're up on Bedrock Bridge. Let's see how it does. Not so great today. There we go. Pretty much driver error there. Alright, baby, don't you jump through the lights there. Alright. That's crazy. The other day, the last time I had it out, it did it no problem. And guess where we're gonna go? We're gonna go over the extension part down there of the course. Let's see if it'll make it up that. Gotta try. For the record, sounds like it's revving in high there, doesn't it? The lights on this one aren't very bright. That's what I like about those. You can see them, but they're not blinding. Alright, let's see if those back her up. A lot of weight on those tires. Modulation is awesome. Be some 1.9s on such a heavy vehicle. They are pretty great tires. Alright guys, hold on. Alright. That might be a little bit too steep for it. Ooh. Handle it, Rock. I'm gonna blame it on you if you turn over. It ain't gonna be my fault. I think that, no, the bumper's not catching. Maybe it is. I think that bumper is catching back there. Yeah. So, what we're going to try to do is turn it around and do some side healing. We're going to go around the other side there. It's handling that part pretty. That's a nice little line there, isn't it? I'm going to say that ascent was just a little bit too much for it. I think if I had maybe had some bigger tires on it, you could probably do it. So we're going to go around the side here, see what the center of gravity is like. Slide a little bit there. Gonna tilt it a little bit there, but it's not very top heavy, so it handled it no problem. So far. Lady in the back seat holding on, isn't she? Alright, let's see what it does on the other side, and then doing a descent. So I know I could do this part here. Going up the other side. Well, let's see how it does on this ascent or descent on the steeper side. Modulation kicking booty. Slow and easy. Remember, you got lives in there. Oops. Alright, hold on a minute. Uno momento. Alright, too much weight. Lost both of the ladies out of there. The Rock held on, but the ladies, they rolled out of there. Yeah, I should have had Blue Boy on standby, but it's too late at night. It's a little chilly out here. Maybe during the day I'll have Blue Boy on standby. Alright, hold on, we're gonna get a different angle here. Okay, here we go. Yeah, it's a beautiful vehicle. It's a nice running vehicle. It's not a crawler. And I don't know. Didn't have all the extra weight on it. It probably would have done it. If had it didn't have the drivers in it. Look at that puppy boy. Nice. Frag, nice clearance and everything, but there we go. Let's say it's got portals in it. Doing a great job. Articulation is very nice. I got a light flash on them. My rock lights is flashing in there. Take it around. I'm gonna go shovel bridge and see how it does. That little lady back, she is just all over the place back there. Hold on, my lady. It's bouncing all over the place. Side hill in there. It's got a nice low center of gravity. It's not too top heavy. Alright. Made the shovel bridge. Let's get a different angle. Okay, here we go. You know, it's like a basketball or a football game. Anything can happen. My shovels have moved a little bit. I gotta figure out a way to keep them stable. Yeah, it did what it did. Exactly what it did the last time. It cruised right over it, no problem. And I still haven't dropped those lights down yet. I will eventually. I gotta go get me some more of that caliche because I want to rock off of, add some more ground to one of my obstacles there. Because it's almost impossible for anything to drive up over it the way I've got it set now. It's the parallel bars, the second set of parallel bars in the further part of the picture. I'm gonna put a rock there and then put some caliche over it. Make it a little challenging, or not as challenging. I don't know, that might be pretty cool the way it is. I haven't tried it yet, but let me get a different angle going over Pride Rock. Okay, here we go. Maybe before it didn't have a problem, and it's not even having a problem right this time either. So awesome vehicle, awesome Gen 9, nice, great trail truck. think I'm going to compare this to my Blazer out here. I haven't had the Blazer out, the FMX Blazer out in a while. See if we can get up this puppy here. Down to Wood Bridge without any issues. It's pretty wide. Yeah, that modulation, I mean, it helps a lot, but it's just cool the way it modulates. You know what I mean? It just makes it more fun. I mean, I don't know, just driving them period is fun though. And each vehicle, you know, handles the obstacles their own way. Sometimes I like the modulating, sometimes in the portal axles, you know, I like the modulation and I like the portal axles, but at the same time I like the other motors that I have, like the LC80 with the straight axle. That's cool too. You know, it just gives you different ways of driving. Keeps you interested. Because I am the type of person that loses interest pretty quick. But this has had my attention for a long time. Years, actually. If I had spent this much time learning to play the guitar, I'd probably be a rock star by now. We're gonna go back over Twin Peaks the other way, the opposite way. Keep it all. I want to keep all tires on it. And that's kind of hard to do. Gotta have some good gripping tires. All right. Picked the wrong line. I'm gonna straighten up. Sometimes you can come out of that turn right there and hit it just right. Some of the vehicles you can. And I probably could have with this one, just driver error. Okay. See if we can keep all four tires on there because it's wide enough. Back tire to grab, crawl up there. Nice, very nice. It's holding on. I think I got regular foams in these tires, so you know, I guess printed foams aren't always the best. I guess I don't know. This setup here works good for this vehicle. And it has no problem getting over that, where like the Toyota, and that's the LC80, it has trouble because of the straight axle, but I'm going to adjust the shocks on it and bring it back out again on another run, see how it does with the shocks adjusted. And the 2021 Bronco, yeah, it's going, but I didn't want to tear into the lights because it's got interior. I got the bumper lights in and everything, as you saw in my other video. But I would have to tear all the interior and everything out of it to mess with those lights again. So I don't know what's going on with it. I changed one of the boards on it, put a new board in it, and it still it shuts off when I hook it up to it. Didn't do that at first, but it shuts off when I connect the light kit to it. And when it was working, everything was backwards. So, I don't know. What I'm probably going to do is free up another Fusion and put the Titan, the original motor, back in it and hook it back up that way. See what happens. But I'll have when the family come over Saturday. That's the one the wife will be driving. I want to have at least 4 or 5 vehicles in motion that day. Look at that, just crawl right up like it was nothing. Sweet. That was a heavy drop. See what that drag brake is like. Nice drag brake. Yes, sir. Look at that drag brake. Beautiful. Alright, we're going to come down and we're going to go over this whole bridge over here to the right. Got a pretty nice turning radius. I think part of it is the size of the tires and the weight of the vehicle that kind of stops it, because it turns, but you can see the tires slipping. Uno momento! Alright, let's come on up this bridge here. Let's see how it does with the weight. It's not wet or anything, it's been dry for the last day anyway. It was the day before yesterday, before we had the last rain. Look at that nice incline, drag brakes hooking up nicely. Yeah, this vehicle here was made for a Fusion, no doubt. The Red Cats were made for Fusions. The code, it works nice with a 1080 ESC with the original motor in it. It works like a champ. Rose bush grabbing on everything. People probably gonna need some band-aids before this trip is over. The ones on the passenger side. Alright, we're gonna go around and we're gonna take a totally different part of the course here. Yeah, I just love doing this. It's so much fun. See if we can do, I'm going to call that where we're fixing to go, Spine Rock. Hold on a minute. Alright, here we go. We're going to try Spine Rock here. I'm going to try to keep the tires on these two sets of rocks here. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky here. Already came off. See the front. It's not one to hook up there. Let's see if we can do it this way. That front tire is going to drop off. Hold on, guys. Got some crazy driving. See, I'm going to have to change that up a little bit. That's almost impossible there. Now, coming from the other way, it could be done, but I don't think it could be done coming from this way, this angle, maybe. There we go. Gotta hit it just right. Really pay attention to what you're doing here on this one. maybe not, maybe not. Okay, okay. Power of the red cat with the fusion in it. Sir. We're gonna try something a little different here. We're gonna go back up over Pride Rock the opposite way, something I've never done before. And we're gonna call it a night. So far, nice. Look at that baby. Look at that baby crawl. Woo! That Gen 9 is amazing. Man, look at that. Wow. I am super impressed with this vehicle. This vehicle is freaking amazing. Yes, sir. Very nice. Very nice. I'm going to say this is probably one of the best of my vehicles. The next one I'm going to bring out is going to be the FCX10 Blazer. I hadn't brought that one out in a while. I want to see how it compares to this one. See if you can open the door. See if you got the power to do it. Yes, sir. Flexing with the Gen 9. All right, we are back in cowboy country. And the Rock handled that, man. Look at him. Got his hand on the stereo, on the steering wheel, and shifting them gears. You go, Rock. Very nice. That was a lot of fun. As usual, to me, a lot of fun. So, like I said, I'll probably bring my FCX10 Blazer out next run and maybe compare it with this one and see which one does the best. I need to find out which one of my trail trucks is the best. Then I've got the Gen 8 sitting there. It's pretty nice. The Toyota, I don't think it can hang with them. The Blazer, the Bronco, I don't know. Just need to find out. But I'm going to say this one right here, so far, as a trail truck, is probably one of the best. But folks, like I always say, much, much, much more to come. And take care of yourselves.